Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome back to another episode of Life is Feudal Forest Village. There was an update. I have no idea what it did. There weren't any notes or anything, so I'm not sure what that was for precisely. We are heading into winter here in year 120. Doing alright on food. I kind of would like to be a little bit higher, but we're making bread and stuff, so we have alternative sources that are kind of pushing us through here. We also have gatherers for the first time in a long time. Not that many at the moment because we're kind of short on manpower, but we are addressing that with that hostel that we started in the last episode, so we're doing alright. We just got some work to do. These guys are wrapping up what remains in Old Town. They're actually nearly complete, so we're going to be done with that relatively soon. Probably 3 or 4 episodes will be cleared out. Making very good progress on that front. Quite happy about that. I kind of choked on these. They're gonna... yeah, they're dead now, so that was stupid. It's okay, we got 1 full harvest out of it. That's better than I usually do. Or no, it's not. That's actually literally the worst that you can do with those, but whatever. Better than not getting any. So at least there's that. Let's get our laborers assigned where possible and taken out of the things that they can no longer do during the winter. I think bakery, fully staffed the bakery for the winter. Lumberjacks, I feel like we need these guys, so let's just go. Not gonna worry about tools, not gonna worry about metal. I am also not gonna worry about charcoal at the moment. Wow, that got finished quick. I need to keep an eye on this to make sure I hit the upgrade when it pops. Definitely something I need to be careful about here. Stonemason died in an accident. That's actually kind of a problem right now. We don't want that to happen. We do not really have manpower for the things that we need to be doing at the moment. It'll be alright. It's not gonna cause major issues. It's just gonna put a little bit extra stress on our manpower. Damn, that's going fast. I always think of this as taking forever to build. It doesn't actually take that long, though. I'm really... okay, yeah, caravanners are dying of hypothermia. You know what? Whatever. I know I just went on a big spiel about how we can't afford deaths, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Builders should be done by the end of the year. I'm hoping. And I was also just saying I'm worried about wood, but I'm not assigning anyone to cut down trees. But once this... I just want to keep an eye on this because it's nearly done. Once this is complete, I'm gonna do that. There we go. Labor died of hypothermia. Yeah, it's probably the builders. Oh no, it's not, because it's a laborer. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't have any idea why that guy died. Just stupid AI. So we got a comment making note of how dumb the AI is right now, and I kind of have to agree. The AI is quite stupid at the moment. There's no denying that, unfortunately. Wish it wasn't the case, but it most certainly is. Instead of this, I'm gonna do oats, or no, wheat. Even though that feels largely unnecessary, we're still gonna do it. The herdsman died of old age. That is also a problem. We don't want that happening here. The less deaths we can get right now, the better. Once this next building is up, it'll be a little bit easier, because we'll have some kind of flexible manpower during the summer as well. But the problem is, I'm not really confident in my ability to feed them. That's what scares me more than anything else here. More deaths, come on guys. I'm not going to be able to staff everything. I'm going to have to pull people back. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. No caravanners, because you guys are just dying over and over. It's a problem. It's clearly a problem. Okay, that's fully staffed. I wasn't sure if I put the weavers in at the end of the last episode, just wanted to check. You guys are pumping out pies that are not really getting eaten for whatever reason. These pies, these, what is that? Fruit and honey pie, those are both like 20 or 30 years old. Those pies belong in a museum. They can buy alcohol and rent a car. It's not a good pie. You don't want pies that can rent cars, it's a bad sign. Cow died in an animal attack, excuse me? There we go, there's the hunter. Just caught her taking out the wolf there at the last second. Good to see, but a little bit late. It doesn't really matter, we can lose a single cow, I'm not going to be torn up over it. This one is going considerably more slowly, which I'm genuinely not that concerned by. Wish it would go quicker, but it's fine. These are the ones that I really want to go faster. They're taking way too damn long. It's okay, we got some teenagers growing up ready to work, that's good, but that doesn't even come close to replacing the people we've lost over the last 5 minutes. Just definitely a problem. We're still making progress though. Just gonna be stressful. This will probably get finished next summer, I think. This one will take a little longer, especially because there's this at the bottom. These are from the market. More old... Come on, guys. Now is not the time to die of old age. So, I just started thinking about this. There is no such thing as a cause of death being old age. That doesn't exist. You always die of basically complications resulting from old age, which is like, yeah, hey, your immune system isn't as good as it used to be, so you're getting, you know, infections and, you know, minor things all pile up into bigger things because you can't fight off the whatever diseases. Or you get cancer, inevitably, because your cells are more generations down the line, basically. And all it takes is one of those mutations to kill you. Things like that. It's never... You don't just die of being 100 years old. That's not how it works. So, what does that mean functionally? Does that mean that it's possible to attain not immortality, but extended life at the very least? Because if you just keep solving the problems as they pop up, why would you ever die? Right? Just a thought. Medical, that's, you know, obviously that's kind of how it was. You know, the idea of someone living to be 100 years old in the Middle Ages would have been ridiculous because everyone dies like between the ages of 30 and 50. At that time, I think that was around the right life expectancy. Even not that long ago, it was, you know, you made it to like 70, that's ridiculous. But now 70 is like, that's like basic, that's like when people start dying of being old. In the worst case scenarios, and most of the time I think my generation will probably go 80, 90 minimum, and then you see probably 100 and 110 a lot more often. Just because medically you can resolve the issues that are going to come up, especially if you start dealing with cancer. That's a whole group of people that would have died otherwise that are just now going to continue living longer and longer. Start getting into maybe, I don't know if cybernetics or implants would be the word, but you know, hey, my joints are all screwed up, my arms have problems, my body's failing. Well, why don't just build a mechanical body? You know, if you can build... Oh crap, it's spring. I'm stupid. If you can build a way for your body to interface with electronics or mechanical implements, such as, you know, arms and legs that you might... I need more people. Where do I get more people? From the bakery. that basically things that interact, like, I think as they work, like the typical ones now, they work by, you know, if you say you lost your arm, they would attach to your shoulder, and basically there's even if you lose your arm, there's still connections there that would have gone to your arm. And I think the way those work, with my incredibly limited understanding, is basically there's a tiny amount of movement that you can do with that whatever's left of where your arm was, and that triggers movement within the mechanical arm. I think. I could be completely off base with that. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there's no like nerve interface kind of crap going on where your prosthetic interfaces with your actual nerves. I don't think that's a thing that we can do, like on a large scale at least. I can't staff the caravans. I'm 10 people down. That's a huge problem. And this is why I was saying all those deaths that we had last winter, that's going to cause problems for us. I need those caravans working. I mean, I don't need it, but that's like a critical thing that we want to make progress towards here, and not being able to staff them is a problem. So I don't really see an avenue, unless I want to start taking people off of gathering. I don't see how I can work around that. So I'm probably just going to leave it as is until adults start coming around. Workplaces 225. Okay, so I have way more workplaces than people, which is expected. That's how I want it to be. Because you have seasonal work, farms can't go in the winter, so they're kind of pointless at that point. Actually, I'm curious about something. If I come over here... It does... Okay, so changing this does impact this. So this 225, those 225 legit places to work. And right now I've got all but 5 working at a workplace, which means 129 people. No, sorry, 115, because you don't want to count the children. 115 workplaces filled, so I've got less than half. No. Barely more than half of my workplaces are occupied. Which makes sense. It kind of makes sense, because we got 10 here. We have 4 more here, so that's basically 15. Another 15 roughly here. I think it's 14 actually. There's 2, there's 1, there's another 2. All of the... We can just count it here actually. 4, 28, 30, 36, 50, 53, 55, 65. Okay, so maybe that's different. What am I not counting? I think I did the math right. I'm not crazy, right? I don't think I'm crazy. I think I roughly got that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Because that's a lot more than... Okay, good. It actually tells you here. Residential places. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to assume that I'm incapable of counting properly, and that's why it doesn't really add up quite right. I'm not going to blame the game for it. This is not fast growing, so we're not going to harvest that yet. Pig died in an animal attack. I'm going to ignore it unless it pops up again, in which case I'm going to go look. Really wish I could staff those. Still working on its stupid donkey farm. They're nearly done though, at least. Farms are nice. I wish I could live on a ranch. Nice giant yard. I'd get, like, if I could live... Okay, let me put it this way. If I'll go through a couple scenarios. If I had basically an infinite amount of money... Let me think about this. I would want to do all of these, but I can't. I wouldn't be able to, even with infinite money, for reasons that will become clear. Number 1 scenario, and I've talked about this, mansion, not like crazy mansion, but big house with plenty of underground space, including like stuff that opens up out of the rocks into another part of the yard or whatever. Like a cave, basically, in the mountains, away from everyone, with a private road that no one else would ever go on. So I could not worry about people trying to tailgate me on a mountain pass, like being complete dicks and risking people falling off the side of the road, because that scares the crap out of me. I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. That's particularly scary. The roads leading from my area, which is San Jose to Santa Cruz, which is kind of down the mountains near the, just south of the San Francisco Bay. There's Santa Cruz Mountains, which are beautiful, but also kind of terrifying to drive on sometimes. It's a rough drive. So that's scenario 1, and I'd need to have... There's certain things that would be necessary for that to happen, which is like... basically some kind of drone delivery service, not necessarily Amazon, but, you know, order whatever. Just for ease of use, I wouldn't want to have to go to the grocery store to get food. Necessarily. Then option 2 would be like, I'd want to get like the entire, I want my home to be like penthouse, but like the entire top floor of a high building in like Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, Toronto, or San Francisco. Those are the only places where I'd be okay with it in Tokyo or Kyoto or any of the big cities in Japan too. Potentially South Korea, but I'm not as into South Korea. I'm not really that into Japan either. It's just that I'd accept it. I'd be okay with it. And that would just basically be whatever, normal. Nothing really special about that one. I just want to live there. Then the final one, and this is the one that I can't really do on top of all the other stuff. Building is almost full. The cow, okay, the wolf there is already dead. What building is almost full? This guy. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, food. I don't like our food situation. This is actually kind of scary, but we're getting better overall still. We have plenty of meat, so I think we'll be alright. Anyway, I'd want like a ranch or a farm, and I wouldn't want it to be like a ranch as in like a flat, big open area with no features. I'd want like part of it to be that, and then part of it to be like part of it to be a field, part of it to be obviously big house in the middle, and then kind of a forest area somewhere. That'd be fun. And maybe a little bit of a mountain. And ideally I'd have like a creek or a river running through it. That'd be fun. And then if I live there, I'd get like, I have like all kinds of dogs. I'd have a ton of cats. I'd have, not really that into horses, but you know, it might be fun to have a horse or two just to, you know, they're intelligent animals, I think, so they'd be fun to play with. They do play. I'd be a little scared about them playing because they're very large and it'd be terrifying to get run over by one, but you know, it'd be fun to like have a bond with a horse in the same way that it'd be fun to have a bond with a dog, except the horse is much bigger and probably, I would imagine they have kind of different personalities. A dog is very much like subservient, loyal. Sometimes they're stubborn and they don't want to walk or do whatever, but generally they're all about whatever you want, which is cool. But a horse might be a different experience. It'd be just kind of fun to learn how horses work. Even a cow or two would be fun to, don't need those guys anymore. It'd be fun maybe to even have a cow, because cows, there's always those, you know, people post it to Reddit. What was it that I wanted to staff? Right, it was these guys. You know, they can be playful and happy and jump around and lay their head on your lap and rest. You know, just relax with you. That, you know, that's any kind of animal companionship like that. It's particularly special to kind of like communicate and have like a friendship across species, knowing that they can't understand your language, you can't understand whatever passes for language for them, and I don't know, it's just, it's interesting. I think, I don't really feel like that has to be limited to cats and dogs. There's a lot of animals that would be cool, and most of the, usually you go in the smaller direction with that, and they're, I feel like, less complicated and therefore maybe less interesting, even though I would still, if they didn't smell, I'd probably want to get a ferret, just because they're cool, playful little animals. And had rats in the classroom when I was a kid, they're pretty interesting. But I can't really, I don't know about personality with them, I don't even know if they really have much of one. I think everything living does pretty much, but it's a little bit more subtle with them, I think. Mice are cool. Never got really into hamsters or gerbils or guinea pigs or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. Animals are interesting to me. There's a reason I enjoyed biology when I was in school. However, all of that rambling aside about fantasies and the kinds of things I'd like to do with my life long term, probably none of which I'll ever be able to do, but that's alright. That is it for today's episode, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us. Sorry about the chair, I hate this chair. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us for the next one as well. That crack in the chair made me completely lose my train of thought. If you did enjoy it, you can feel free to come by twitch.tv/electronicmoose on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. PST, which is 9 to 11 p.m. EST, and check out a stream. If you prefer the videos, however, I appreciate that all the same. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.